Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Randy Ryder. I make motorcycle content. I just left the garage. My garage was apparently a nice 55 degrees, but now I'm on the road and it's the actual temperature outside is like 35. I waited a little bit to take off because I ain't gonna lie, man, it's freaking cold. It's cold. I got plenty of layers on. I actually had to take some layers off because I couldn't move my arms. I felt like the little kid on Christmas Story. But right now I'm in my neighborhood doing like 40. I'm about to be on the highway doing 70, 75-ish. GPS says I'll be in Tifton, Georgia at 6 o'clock tonight, which realistically it's about 8 hours away. So four good gas stops on the way and I should be set. So I'm saying probably realistically with going a little bit above the speed limit, probably be more like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I am by myself on this trip, so less potty breaks, I think. It's a little easier to handle the bike when there's only one of me on the bike. So hopefully it won't be too late tonight because I do have people waiting on me. It will be warming up once I get past Birmingham. I'm not going through Atlanta. I've decided to instead go through Montgomery and Albany, Georgia. That keeps me out of Atlanta traffic because no matter what the GPS says, GPS always says to go through Atlanta because it's quicker. It's never quicker. I'm not sure who makes these maps, but it is never quicker to go through Atlanta ever. But small things on the bike will keep me warm on the way. I got my hand guards here, heated grips, heated butt seat. I got my fluffy sheepskin on. 7th Sentinel got me turned on to those. And I will never put anything else on my butt because they're magical. Magical, man, I'm telling you. It's a very weird time to ride when it's this cold because you can get bundled up enough to protect yourself from the weather. And your body is warm. With the heated grips, your hands stay warm. But little pieces of you get cold. Like your nose, like the outsides of your ears, your toes. Sometimes there's only one toe. I'm not sure what that's all about. But this bike does have enough windbreak on it. It has floorboards, so I can get my feet on the floorboard and that'll keep some of the wind off my feet. I've also got some wool socks on my Indy Ridge boots. They're layered, they're lined. So won't be too bad. Got the bike in luggage mode, so it's a little lower than it is in 2 people mode. So that'll keep the wind down a little bit. Believe it or not, just that extra 1.5 inches pulls the wind down off of you. Don't mind me, just some dude on a motorcycle looking at the countryside. This is the stuff that you just don't notice when you're in a car. You just drive right by it and you're about 1 foot lower or 2 foot lower sometimes, just going, oh, that's nice. Look, a fence. You just really can't see anything else. Nice. So in almost 2 hours, the temperature has climbed from 35 degrees up to a scorching 50 degrees. Now I know what you're saying, 50 degrees is still pretty cold. Let me tell you what, the difference between 35 degrees and 50 degrees feels like about 50 degrees. It is such a big difference. Yeah, actually my finger, I thought it was going numb. I couldn't feel my finger. I was trying to get it onto the heated grip a little better and it just wouldn't come down because I got this little bitty air tunnel that comes under my windjammer. So I finally realized if I pull my fingers back a little bit like this instead of like that, I get less wind on my fingers. But yeah, it was sticking out, and I could actually feel the wind blowing right under it, right onto my fingertip. There's only one, but it was substantially colder on that one finger. But yes, at 50 degrees, much better. I got all the feelings back in my fingers and toes now. Rocking my full gauntlet black Indy Ridge gloves today with the touch control. They're keeping my hands pretty warm with the combination of the heated grips and these gloves. Yeah, 35 degrees was cold. I ain't gonna lie to you, man, it was cold, but it was manageable. Now it's at 50 again. Well, it just dipped down to 49. Shit, shouldn't have said anything. Either way, I think I'm gonna be okay for the rest of the trip today. Tomorrow morning, I think when we leave the hotel in Tifton, I think it's gonna be in the 40s, but that's not the 35s, so I can dig with it. I can deal with it. I just hope that since I've got the room, and I don't think anybody else has rooms tonight except me, I believe everybody's gonna be crashing in my hotel room. So I hope I can make it there before anybody, or at least not ridiculously late. Current time says I'll be there right before 6 o'clock. That probably means more like 6:30, and I'm not sure if this thing is taking into account, let's see, 410 miles. 410 divided by 6. Yeah, I'd say probably another 6 hours at least. I will update you later to tell you how wrong I am. In the meantime, look at this view. I know the wind's cutting in now, but I'm about to go through this gorgeous ass valley. So I will catch you dudes later. I guess I missed the transition, and all of a sudden I noticed that the highways were black instead of brown. So welcome to Alabama. We're here. So let's get through it as fast as we can. 2 hours in at a Lowe's. And it is definitely going to be get something to drink and something to eat too, because I was in a pretty good big hurry to get out of the house this morning. I had a protein bar and some juice. Just wanted to get out of the house. Once you get on the road, everything's fine. You just gotta get out of the house. Too many distractions. The car needs fuel. I need fuel. Let's get some fuel. I got a potty break. 26 miles outside of Birmingham, Alabama. On our way to Forgotten Angels. So you may be asking yourself, why in the world would you get on a motorcycle, leave your home when it's 35 degrees, and ride 8 hours to a place to meet people, and then ride 4 more hours for a whole combination of over 800 miles just to meet some people? Well, let me tell you. So Forgotten Angels is for children who've aged out of the foster care system, for kids. And I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were like, hey, these aren't kids, these are adults. They should know how to do things for themselves, they should just go get jobs. There's something else wrong there. These kids, they're scamming. Well, that's the problem. These kids don't know how to take care of themselves, don't know how to get jobs, don't know how to do simple things like fill out an application, have a bank account, write a check, drive a car. Because these are the kids who were scammed by the foster care system. This is the kids who were taken into some home, and the state government paid these people who were keeping these kids money to keep the kids until they were 18. But a lot of times that's a very serious thing. People take it seriously and do the right thing, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just use these kids as a money factory. Oh, you're gonna give me this kid, and you're gonna pay me to keep this kid, and I don't have to really do anything else? Oh, great, awesome, that's what I'll do. Nothing. So they don't teach these kids how to do basic, household things that I teach all my kids. How to work on a car, how to drive a car, how to change a tire, how to get a job, how to go to school, how to do good in school, how to study. how to apply for college. These kids know nothing about what it takes to be an adult, to take care of yourself. So what Dave and Cindy do is they'll take these kids in, give them a place to stay, and teach them all those things. And I know you're telling me, no, there's no way they can teach them all these things. They do. I've seen it. I've seen the living proof. I have seen kids go there with no skills and learn how to work on cars, learn how to build houses, learn how to put water to houses. There's a skilled mechanic out there named Shelby. He teaches these kids how to work on motorcycles, teaches them basic skills and basic handyman stuff. And these kids actually build their own little tiny homes to live in, and then they furnish them, and then they decorate them, and they make them how they want them, and then that's their house. They teach them how to drive a car, drive a motorcycle, how to get a license. And the reason the motorcycle community is so into this is, what's the cheapest way to get around these days? A motorcycle. What's the cheapest insurance these days? A motorcycle. What's the best thing on gas? Most of the time a motorcycle, unless you've got a blown out Harley, but otherwise, motorcycle. So the motorcycle community pays a very high interest to these kids, because these are, well, number one, these are the up and coming motorcyclists, but number two, these kids need it. They need this help. So that's why I'm going to get on a motorcycle when it's 35 degrees, and one of my friends today got on a motorcycle when it was 20 degrees to ride all the way to Florida to do this charity to help these kids out. Indy Ridge, and I've got them on the wagon now, so they've decided to donate gloves and boots to these kids. Good motorcycle gloves and boots. If you've never seen these, go to IndyRidgeUSA.com. Look at these boots and look at these gloves, and this is what Steve, the founder of Indy Ridge, has decided is going to help these kids in their next step to get on a motorcycle, get a job. I mean, literally, where does your entire life start? When you can start driving yourself around, when you can move yourself around, when you can when you can get a job, when you can go, do a bank account, when you go eat for yourself, when you go look for places to stay. That's when your life starts. And this is one step, toward these kids getting independent. And Dave and Cindy never kick these kids out. As long as they're doing whatever they're told, they can stay as long as they want to. But these kids, once they learn how to take care of themselves, they want to take care of themselves. This isn't some shtick corporation where they take these kids in and they just stay there forever, like they're living in mom's basement. They actually teach these kids how to get by. Not beating down on the moms that have people living in their basement in their 30s, but son, you should have got a job by now, moved out. Maybe you need a motorcycle. It is a gorgeous day out today. So yeah, I was just saying, a friend of mine actually drove all the way from Columbus, Ohio on a Harley 1200 Sportster with a windshield. And I think he got some heated, some of the crunch hot hands to put in his boots and in his gloves to keep him warm. But yeah, this organization means enough to him that he's going to brave freezing weather to drive down to Florida. We're meeting in Tifton, Georgia tonight, and we're going to hot tub it. Right now it's up to, geez, it's a heat wave. It's 57 degrees. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be hitting the hot tub tonight, because probably by the time I get to the hotel, it'll probably be back down in the 40s again. Not looking forward to that, but I'll be there. We're gonna go to the local, we're gonna go to Olive Garden. That's a ritual now. Whenever we get there, it's usually about 6, 7 o'clock at night. It's starting to get dark, so we all go to Pasta House. We go to Olive Garden. Because when you're there, you're family. And we're a big family out at Forgotten Angels. If you miss this turn, you're kind of screwed. Whew, made it. I like Birmingham, don't get me wrong, but man, you better keep your eyes on those signs. Get your ass lost. I'm at that age now where I have to turn down the radio to see better. You can't have all your cylinders firing at once. You gotta use some of that RAM for different things. Congratulations, everybody. We didn't screw that one up. Oh, sign still says Montgomery. We did something right. If I can't get to a Buc-ee's, guess I'll do a quick trip. About the same thing. Well. Alright, I got some caffeine in me. A sausage and cheese snack. Dr. Pepper. I feel qualified to finish this now. May not have mentioned this lately, but I like my new GoPros. Thanks, Matt. Okay, 270 miles to go. I can do this. Sucks to be on that side of the highway. Then again, I've had it on my side of the highway many a time on this trip. Not today, knock on wood. Well, I'm lost as shit right now, but the view's pretty cool. And it is warming up. I mean, I need this rain jacket very much. Yeah, next stop, this rain jacket has to come off. At least for a while. This looks wildly familiar. For some reason. Wait, I've been here before. A year ago today, just about. Except it's a lot easier to take these curves that I know is coming by myself. Are you really lost when the scenery is this nice? I don't think it was an accident. I subconsciously did it on purpose. Did I just turn in a circle? God, I hope not. I remember this town. It's when I was nearly running out of gas and all I could find was Dollar General stores in the town. It's like $3 Generals, no gas stations. Oh, I gotta get a butt stretch. Oh, that felt good. Yeah, baby. Alright, last gas stop. Next time the bike stops, well, unless something happens, next time the bike stops, it'll be in a hotel parking lot. Hopefully they look into. Welcome to Georgia. We're just crossing the state line. That's a big river to keep Alabama and Georgia apart. I wonder if they had some kind of squabble in the past. Crazy. Let's go this way. I don't plan on going anyway. So yeah, downtown 650 called. He'll be there in an hour, so he must have stopped and taken a break. Hopefully. Prettiest part of the day, but now it starts getting cold again. We're at 61 now. Let's see what it gets to by the time we get to the hotel. We'll be at the hotel in about an hour and 10 minutes. I don't think it would have been too bad today if it was not have been for how cold it was. And I know I ain't got nothing to hold against, you know, some of the other guys that came out of the 20s, but I'm old. I'm fucking old. I'm a reverse cowboy. I'm driving out of the sunset. Aaron, he's what, 19? I've got at least 10 years on Colleen. Juice don't count. He was in a truck. I would make a resolution that from now on I'm only gonna take motorcycle trips when it's above 50, but I know that'd be bullshit. Everybody's waiting for me. So this guy, Downtown 650, and you know this guy from Juice's video and Chase's video, and he became a superstar all on his own up in Milwaukee. And his friend. Introduce yourself.
I'm Chris.
And that's the lady that's going to take care of us tonight. Wave, say hi. All right, so we're all cold and hungry, so we're going to go ahead and go get some food at Olive Garden, and I will see you in a minute. All right, after our overnight stay in Tifton last night, woke up to another chilly morning. But this being my third time to do this, I know literally in about 15-20 minutes I'm gonna be shucking clothes. Do what?
Are we there yet?
No.
I don't want to ride anymore.
Thanks for coming. No, I just don't want to ride when it's cold.
I don't think we're gonna have that problem. Sorry.
Had to stay in Tifton last night with the boys. With Nothing at Random, Aaron and Kenny, Downtown 650. Had a nice night together, and we partied. And by party, I mean we went to Olive Garden, and then went back to the hotel and had a beer apiece and passed out. So what happens when you spend, some of us, 16 hours on the road. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've ever came this way where it wasn't foggy and like 50 degrees. So I've never seen this. Yeah, this has always been foggy right up until the Florida state line, and then poof, temperature goes up 20 degrees. Well, we'll be stopping at the Florida Welcome Center here in about 15 minutes for our obligatory Florida picture. So stay tuned for that. So a few difficulties with the camera. We're back on the road now. Don't know where the last one cut off, but pay them back. Gas stop, Mountain Dew stop. I think we're ready to roll now. That's not on. This one's on. Well, there's a crash somewhere up there. Good thing about being on a motorcycle, you can play Meerkat Manor, figure out which lanes are open, and hey, you know what? None of them are open. Guess we're just gonna sit this one out. Welcome to Tampa. Now, if you do ever decide to come out here, watch these speed bumps. They will eat your lunch. I always get excited coming up this road, like a little kid going to grandma's house. The real sign you've got here is when you see that drain grate. When you see that storm grate, you know you're here. That is Florida. Welcome home. Hey-o. One good reason to come to the camp out is people take care of you all the time.
Right? I know. It's not a you thing, it's my OCD thing, honestly.
You take care of anybody, right?
I try.
Just
I do
I
my
guess.
best.
So we didn't record a lot there, but we made landfall at Forgotten Angels and got their tent set up. Got a couple of gifts given out. And now we're heading up to OCC Roadhouse and Bert's Barracuda. Because the thermometer says it is 80 degrees, but it actually feels a little breezy. Probably that's the first time I've had my gear off in 3 days. You know what I don't like? Riding into the sun. Well, look who's pulling into the Bert's Barracuda OCC Roadhouse. That would be us. That'd be us. So we finally made it here. Bikes are safe. And I can't help. So what did she name her bike?
Murphy.
So didn't Sydney name her bike Murphy also?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever asked Sid what she named her bike. Shit.
So I am pretty sure.
Well, Sydney got to the camp out like right after we left. I'm pretty sure because
Okay.
she tried calling me like right as we were going down the road.
So we need to call Sydney and find out where she's at. And well, we're bad friends, I guess.
I blame you. I
a
blame
bad
you.
friend. He's
This
a
was
bad
your
friend.
idea. This was your idea.
Okay, we gotta get inside. So this is absolutely not my style, but I can't deny that it is pretty cool. Film at 11. So here we have a custom build. It's on consignment at Bert's Barracuda. I'm not even going to tell you how much it costs because if you're watching this video, you probably can't afford it. Every piece of this bike is custom made. I think the only thing that's still Harley on it is the sticker. Everything else, absolutely something else. And for reference, this is how high the front wheel is. That high. If you're into that kind of thing, it's at Bert's Barracuda in Clearwater. He keeps trying to put me back on. This one's put me on the toll road. This just says, "You're doing fine, son. Keep going." I don't know why Google wants me to pay that toll. Maybe they got some money on it. I guess we'll see. Back to the camp out. Not that I really expected it a lot different, but man, this place looks different at night.
Are you crying, dude? Are you crying, dude?
This is my
Are you
favorite.
crying?
I'm not even.
Yeah.
All my favorite people, I get to do something great for. For a cause, I get to do something great
No,
for.
I'm asking if you're crying.
I
dog.
could. I
You're
possibly could
fucking
bust out
crying,
any
man.
second. No,
You're like you just watched the end of Titanic. You're
one
crying.
hard manly tear right there.